Hi, fifth graders. It's Mr. Pham again, and today we're going to look at SB7 through SB8 from our Getting Ready for the Smarter Balance assessment book. Let's get into this. For numbers 1A through 1D, select yes or no to indicate whether each statement is correct. Let's look at the first statement. 170 is 1/10 of 17. So what this statement is saying is 170 is equal to 1/10 of, which implies we are multiplying here, 17. Let's go ahead and convert that to a fraction, and that would give me 17 tenths, which makes this statement not true. That does not equal to 170, so we are going to mark no here. Go ahead and erase my notes here for the first statement and look at the next one. The next one says 660 is 10 times as much as 600. That cannot be true either, because 10 times as much as 600 would be 6,000 and not 660. So again, this is an incorrect statement. Let's mark no once again. Alright, and jump to the next statement. 900 is 1/10 of 9,000. 900 is 1/10 of 9,000. If I was to convert this to a fraction, I can see that I could cross cancel here. Okay, dividing 10 by 10, that will give me 1. 9,000 divided by 10 equals 900. We have 900 over 1, which makes this a correct statement. And the last one, 4,400 is 10 times 440. Looking at the powers of 10, we know we are just going to add an extra 0 here, and that would make this statement true. So let's mark yes there. Moving on. Number 2, Carrie has 140 coins. She has 10 times as many coins as she had last month. How many coins did Carrie have last month? Alright, to start off here, we need to think about how many coins she's holding now. And the statement is saying that she had 10 times as many coins as she did last month, and we need to figure out how many coins she had last month, which means we could set up our problem two separate ways. We could have 140 divided by 10, since she has 10 times as many coins this month than she did last month. Or you can ask yourself, what number times 10 can give you the product of 140? In both scenarios, I think we all know here, that is going to be 14. You got it. So we have 14, and 14 times 10 would give us 140. Alright, jumping on to number 3. Select other ways to write 700,562. Mark all that applies. Now that's important to think about. Usually it implies that there will be more than one answer. Okay, let's look at A. We have 700,000. So what I like to do is, I know there's going to be, since we have 700,000, I know there's going to be 6 digits to make up this number. So I would like to create 6 little lines for each place value. So let's mark our 700,000 here. There's nothing implying that there's a number in the 10,000s place. We have 5,000. We have 6 tens and 2 ones, and that does not match the number 700,562. So A would not represent that number in another way. Let's look at B. 700,000. Okay. 562. Also okay. B should be marked. C. 700,000. Again, make your 6 lines to represent the 6 place value being used to represent the number 700,562. We don't have anything in the 10,000 or the thousands place. 560 and 2, and that number sure matches up. D. 700,000. Let's draw our lines again. 700,000. 500. But here we have 62 tenths. That's like 62 times 10, which would give me 620, which would make this statement untrue. Let's cross that baby out. All right, moving on. Let's dive into number 4. Shade the model to show the decimal 542 thousandths. Okay, we have our base 10 model here, and since we're working with decimal, each column, this entire base 10 frame, will represent one whole. Let's look at our 5 tenths. So the tenths would represent a whole column in the entire base 10 frame. So we have 5. So let's go ahead and shade in 5 columns here. There's my second column. 2 tenths, 3 tenths, 4 tenths, and 5 tenths. Alright, and the next number we have represents our hundredths place. So each unit in this 100 frame would be 100. So we have 100, 200, 300, and 400. Now we have a smaller illustration here of a frame that has been divided into tenths, and that is our magnified version of a unit, and that is chopped up into 10 equal pieces, which represents our thousandths place. And here we have 2 thousandths that we need to shade in to model this decimal. So let's shade in our 2 columns here. And just like that, you are done. To the next page. Let's go to number 5. Select other ways to write 50,892. Again, we have the statement mark all that applies, which indicates that there would be, or there should be, or there could be more than one answer. Looking at A, again, now we have 6 digits that makes up this number. So let's draw our, 5. So let's mark our 5 lines here to represent each place value. And we have our 50,000, 5 10,000 is 50,000. There's not a number here to represent my thousands place. We have 8 100ths, 9 tenths, and 7 ones. Look what we have here. This first expression works. Next one, B. Let's start off with our 5 lines again for each place value. We have 50,000, 800, 97. B would also work for this problem. Let's look at C. Looking at C, I do not see anything in the 10,000s place, but there's 5,897. That is off. Let's cross that out. And the last one, 50,000. 897. And yes, that would also work. So for this example, we have 3 answers that can be marked correct, representing another way of writing 50,897. Number 6, we have 8,400 is 10 times as much as, which number is it? And 1/10 of which number? If it's 10 times as much as, that means it's 10 times more than the following number. And just by looking at our place value, we can see that 84 thousandths is 10 times less than 8,400. And when you're looking at 1/10 of, it's implying 8,400 is 1/10 of which number here? So that would be 8.4. 8 and 4/10. The next one, we have another model that we need to shade. Just like what we did for number 4, we're just going to go ahead and shade in 6 columns to represent our tenths place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little squares, which are units to represent our hundredths place. So let's mark the 7 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the last part of this problem, we're magnifying, zooming in on one of those units, and we need to shade in our 4 thousandths. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think I got that correct. Yes, it's there. All right, and moving on to our final problem for the day. 9,200 is 10 times as much as what? Oh, I remember number 6. This is very similar to number 6, so that must be 92 thousandths. And 1/10 of which number again? 9 and 2/10. All right, thank you for viewing today. Study hard. Have a nice day.